I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Coach.
Good morning.
Good to see you this morning. How are you?
Yes, great to see you.
Yeah, so we're
making it.
We've got an internet issue again this morning, folks, and we don't know how to fix it. I don't know. We don't know if it's an internet issue, if it's a restream issue. We do not know what the cause of this issue is, but we're glad you're here, and we may have to make it short today, depending on how this internet reacts. I don't know if it's a sound issue, if it's like, I don't know what it is, but how are you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, actually. I was scrolling through here, and and my calendar popped up, and it said that was my keto-versary.
Oh,
So I'm officially at my 6-year mark of this lifestyle, which is
wow.
pretty exciting. That's the day I chose that. I said yes to changing my lifestyle. Besides that, I also had a great carnivore kickoff yesterday, and so here carnivore. So lots of things.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations. I remember when you finally said, I think you're right, sis. I remember that day. That was a fun day. But you did awesome. You just said, okay, tell me what to do. And I had a trickery system
Yeah.
in place because I knew you were going to be a darn good coach. And I'm like, I can't take you on this team if you're not doing this stuff. And so now I was trickeried you right into it. So
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
glad you're
You
here.
did. You
And
really
yeah,
did.
you had an awesome session last night. It was great. You started your carnivore session.
Mhm.
It's not too late. You're a day behind, but it's not too late if you decide you wanted to be
Yep.
in our carnivore program. We got 30 days. And so you just missed one. And Coach Darcy replayed her class that she taught last night. So you can even catch up with her first session. So message us if you are interested in jumping into that 30 days. So we're going to make it quick today, just in case the internet doesn't hold up. But before we do, if you wouldn't mind sharing, I don't know if we want to share this session or not because of our internet situation, but you could.
It's
Yeah,
a good
you totally could
one.
share this. If you notice in the screen below our pictures, we are offering a brand new free sugar-free surrender system. A lot of times people are like, you know what? I want to do your lifestyle, but I am addicted to sugar. I am so addicted that I don't know the escape plan. So I put together a free document called the Free Sugar Free Surrender System. If you click on that QR code, it's going to take you right to the sign up form. You will get it downloaded into your email, and you can start 30 days of being sugar free. It's really awesome. Free tool. Awesome. So, Coach, last night in our
Yes.
weight loss support group, we talked about something that I think is the number one cause of people just falling off the wagon. Not the number one cause. We got a lot of number one causes, but it is a main cause. I don't forget the sessions that I have with clients as coach. I was doing so good, and then I got the flu, and then I got sick. And it really is a beast when it comes to throwing people off course. And so we're going to talk about what a keto or what a sugar-free, a lot of people don't like the word keto, sugar-free, what a medicine cabinet looks like. First question is, Coach, do you have to get off course if you get sick? First question.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. That is the shortest answer
Mhm.
that I could possibly give you.
Mhm.
There are so many other options out
Mhm.
there that provide you healing your body from the sickies, the
Mhm.
sicks,
Yeah.
the sickies,
Yeah.
the colds and the allergies, all of those things. So
Mhm.
yeah, the short answer is no. You don't have to go off course.
You don't have to, and you should not, because we have this thing called the one bite syndrome. And even I have so many times I have a client who said I had to have a cough drop, Monica. And that one piece of sugar, that one little bit of sugar sent them on a 30-pound sugar binge. So the answer is not only you don't have to get off plan, but you should not. Now, here's a medical disclaimer. We're not doctors and we don't play one on the internet, okay? So you have to follow the advice of your doctor. And when we went through the word that shall not be named that starts with a C, when we went through that very dark season in our nation's history, in our world's history, our advice to clients was stay alive. Do what you have to do to stay alive. So that said, you don't have to fall off the wagon when it comes to cold and flu season. There are things that you can do, and we're not going to give you all of our tools because those are our secrets that we have with our clients. We have an actual kit that we give to our clients with the links, with the with all of the things. Right? We've got that we gave to our clients last night, but we're going to give you a couple of them today, and we're going to tell you that even when you're sick and you go off plan, that could lead you to a 30-pound sugar binge. So we're going to show you how you don't have to. We're going to tweak your medicine cabinet so that number one, your whole family can be healthy because we shouldn't be shoving sugar down our throats when we're sick anyway. Sugar causes inflammation. Sugar is the cause of heart disease. It is the number one enemy that we have, I believe, because it is so horrible when it comes to our health. So number one, you shouldn't be doing this sugar stuff anyway. These cough syrups that are loaded with sugar, not good for healing, right? So normal people
Right.
who don't care about their health or who aren't on a health journey should not be packing that sugar down or the carbs or the all of those things. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. But we're going to give you some things that you can do.
Yeah.
But Darcy, it starts before you get sick. So do you want to open us up and
Mhm.
talk about what happens before you get sick? Because that is setting yourself up for success is beautiful, right? So talk about that. Take us down that path first before we get into
Yeah.
and open up the cupboard.
Yeah. So it was interesting because I'm gonna sneak peek. We had a client that kind of reminded me of this, and when I focused on changing my lifestyle and eating better choices, I ate protein forward, lower carbs, zero sugar type of lifestyle. I realized over the years I hardly get
Mhm,
sick. And she was like, I never really created a cabinet because I hardly get
mhm,
sick anymore. Like that is, if anything, it's just an upset stomach or something like that. Maybe it's allergies kick in, and because you mowed the lawn, and so the grass is getting blown up into your sinuses. So, when you change your lifestyle, you may notice that you're not going to be sick as often because you're very self aware of what's going in your body to fuel it
mhm,
for the better, not the worst. So, a daily prevention where you are focused on what you are fueling your body with, also staying hydrated because it's so easy to focus on maybe sodas or even coffee. Unfortunately, I have to say that
mhm,
where you forget to hydrate yourself. Your body is made up of a good amount of water and it requires a lot of water. Then another one is, making sure that you're getting a good quality sleep. If you are not, you are falling asleep at the TV, or you are just struggling to fall asleep in general because maybe you're on your phone, or
Mhm.
you just are struggling for some reason. Your body is not happy with wanting to fall asleep. It's
Yeah.
confused. That will cause your body to just be in a panic. So it's going to be easier to get sick that way if you're not getting a good amount of
Mhm.
sleep. Going outside and walking outside in the sunshine is a great preventative. Getting exercise size and movement, but
Mhm.
also the natural vitamin D sunlight that it gives you. So, you're when you do all of these things, your stress levels that also cause you a lot of havoc will then decrease a
Mhm.
lot when you are focused on fueling your body with the right foods and eating, staying hydrated and getting electrolytes in and all of those things
Mhm.
that your body requires, and getting enough sleep. That is a good daily
Yeah.
prevention so that you don't get so sick that
Yeah.
you just
I
crash.
crack up, Darcy, because one of our beautiful clients, I won't name her name, but on Facebook yesterday, she says, "If you drive by my house and you see me outside barefoot facing the sun, mind your own business. I am taking care of my immune system because of the grounding. When you put your feet in the ground and you look up at that, I mean, they say do it for 30 minutes a day. Just put your
Mhm,
face in the sun without sunglasses. Put your face in the sun because that sun soaks up that vitamin D, just soaks and fills your body. That's one thing she's doing to keep her immune system so she doesn't get sick. And I don't care. I don't care what I look like anymore. There's a lot
mhm,
of our clients who have FOMO, fear of missing out or fear of looking different. I don't have that anymore because I took my health back and I don't care what people think. You all can go be sick all you want, not me. Not me. So yeah, getting that vitamin D and preparing yourself so that you are ready for cold and flu season. My body will never, my body will never
mhm.
get a vaccine in the fall. And I am not telling you what to do, but my body will never have that poison in my. I'm going to do it naturally. Darce, go ahead, Darce.
I'm just dancing with a cactus that's by me, that's all. Yes. So basically, on top of that, just knowing that if you have that common sense, you think for a minute, okay, what is always seems to be lacking in the wintertime? And that is the
Hmm.
sun. The sun lacks, and that's when we are most down, when we are most susceptible for sickness. So definitely having yourself have a good vitamin D supplement that doesn't have junk and garbage. It's not as good as the sun, but if you think about it, you're like, "Oh, yeah, like that we always get sick in the wintertime when the sun's, and we don't go outside because
Hmm.
it's too cold." Or maybe it's the clouds are constantly covering the sun. So it just makes sense how important the sunlight is to our
Hmm.
bodies. I mean, the sun does a lot for plant life. I mean, we're not plants,
Hmm.
but we definitely have living organisms in our body. So it's just one of those things where it's really important. But
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
when it is wintertime,
Yeah.
you might want to make sure you have a good vitamin D.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the things that you're eating, like Darcy said, the things that you eat impact your whether you're sick or not. The foods you want full vitamin D foods. You want that broccoli. You want those rich foods that keep your body healthy, and you want an absence of sugar. Sugar cancels out anything you're
Mhm.
doing. Anything you're doing because sugar is the number one root of inflammation and sickness. And so if you are sugar free and if you are carb free, which I'm talking about the negative processed foods, we're not talking about whole foods, but if you are carb free, sugar free, you are setting yourself up. Like Darcy said, I haven't been sick in years. And when I did get the C word, it was in and out. It was so quick. So you want to prevent yourself from being sick by doing the preventative things. Get your body set up for success. Okay, so let's say we've got some sickness that, when you send your kids back to school, it's like sending them to a petri dish. So sometimes you can't always grab all of those germs. You can't always grab them and you do get sick. Number one, it's a lighter sickness than you felt when you were full of sugar and full of inflammation. So you're going to get through it a lot quicker. But there are things that you can do. Do you have to have a sugar filled cough drop? No, you don't. They have sugar-free medicine. They have sugar-free syrups. They have sugar-free. Darcy, you brought up last night. You brought up one of your favorite cough drops that is pretty potent. Do you have it there at your desk still, or did you? Um,
Oh.
one of our favorite ones.
So I'm not an affiliate.
No,
I just bought of sellers out there. No?
no,
Okay.
we're not. No, we're
But
not.
it is yeah, so this is the Young Living Thieves. I'm sure doTERRA may have something, but
Mhm,
the thing that I like about Thieves is that they don't use sugar in them. It's all natural, and they use stevia leaf to sweeten it.
mhm.
So it is a
Love
great
that.
go-to. I use it a
Yeah.
lot.
You
So
don't have to have the full of sugar cough drops. You just don't. And Halls also has a sugar-free one. There's a couple of, off ingredients in there, but the big thing is the sugar is not there. So if you can't get the thieves or if you can't get the holistic ones, then Halls does have some of the sugar-free ones. The other thing you want to get is electrolytes. Electrolytes are so important to keep you healthy, keep those minerals, keep those things that you need in your body to fight this stuff off. I've put some links that we use. We use the LMNT. The unflavored one is the one without the maltodextrin. I'm a little angry that they put maltodextrin in some of their flavored ones. Salt does not, which is the last link that I put in there. Those are really yummy. I'm really enjoying those. Um, the electrolytes, and then also the Redmond's salt. I put all of those links in our notes here in our chat section there. So having electrolytes, yep, there we go. That's a cute one. That's a really cute one. You just throw it in your purse and you are all set to go. Like I said, the sugar-free cough support, the Robitussin has sugar-free. It ask the pharmacist, what does a diabetic do when they get sick? They can't have all of that stuff. So send me to where the sugar-free stuff is. Darcy, do you want to talk about the saline? You do that quite a bit. I have never done the saline care before.
mhm. Yeah, so the nasal rinse is a saline. It's got some warm water. Do not use the cold water. You will regret that. But there's the neti pot is very similar to where you're just tilting your nose to the side and you're spraying water or pouring water in your nostrils. Is cleaning out your sinuses. You're not going to find yourself blowing your nose as often or plugged as often. The saline basically dries it out and gets it cleaned out and sterilizes it, I think. But not the spritzer. I turn to my side and I squirt the bottle. I've used it for my boys. It's not their favorite, but they feel so much better after they have that water bottle thing. I don't even know what the name of it is at the moment, but that's what I use.
Mhm.
It is.
I always feel like I'm drowning if you put something in my nose. So I've never tried it. I probably should. But like literally, I never get sick
Mhm.
anymore. So I literally never get sick anymore. I cannot remember the last time I even had so much as a sore throat. So I'm telling you, the most important information that we're giving you today is how to change things on the front side because literally it changes your life when you prepare your body on the front side for cold and flu season. Um, Darcy, do you know the tablets and gel caps? Instead of that's just your ibuprofen and your Tylenol as needed. The tablets are where you want to go. Has the least amount of sugar in it. So any of those cold and flu medications, if you go with the tablets, you're not going to get the influx of sugar. So let's talk about the first
Yeah.
sign of a tickle. Okay. So if you can catch the sickness at the first sign, you can just stamp it right out. Darcy, do you want to talk about that? You want to start us out and talk about that?
Yeah. So First of all, we're going to go back to the daily prevention. Like that is the number one go-to. But if you do have that daily tickle, that is when you utilize the nasal rinse. Get that rinsed out before it even gets worse. Gargle with warm salt water just to start it. Lozenges, I don't like those Coach Monica does, but if you add zinc to your daily regimen every single day, I think that's a good preventative. I give my kids quercetin. I'm probably saying that wrong. Quercetin and zinc and bromelain every single day because I send them into the world of germs, and they don't get sick very often. If they do, it's more because of the allergies and the switch of
Mhm.
the seasons. But I still utilize that combination. So if you find yourself a good brand for
Mhm.
that, I'm not telling you my brand because
Ah,
every time I tell you my brand, it gets sold out. So I'm going to keep that to
yeah, I
myself.
would too, Doris. And with those
But I use these droppers, and they don't have sugar free, or they don't have sugar in them. So you will always want to make sure that before you purchase something, is it just legit like what it's saying is in the bottle, or is there a whole bunch of sugar to cover up the taste?
Mhm.
And for kids, they're really picky, but my kids don't mind the flavor of this. The zinc's the problem child of everything because it just gives you
Yeah.
the woolies anyway, but
Will you tell
it
me what the brand
definitely
is?
kicks it.
Could we make a deal and you tell
Yeah,
me what the brand
yeah, I
is?
will.
Did you?
I think I did
Okay.
last night.
Well, and it
I
a
did
trick.
last night at in group,
Okay, but
so our group
I'll have
people
to go
know.
replay that so that I can get the brand. But one of the tricks I have with the zinc, because yes, it makes you feel number one
Yeah.
is always have zinc with a full stomach. Do not have zinc on an empty stomach or you'll be dry heaving. But another
Yes.
trick that I use with the zinc, or any lozenge that I don't like, is I just put it in my cheek, and let it kind of just naturally absorb into my body in my cheek, and it just kind of takes that yuck away. But the biggest thing
Mm.
is reading labels. Make sure there's no excuse. You don't have to go get a sugar full, lozenge. There are options for sugar free. Darce?
I was just gonna add to your in the cheek,
Hmm.
under your tongue is
Hmm.
another great place to, get the thing absorbed
Yeah.
quicker because under your tongue is a good place and doesn't have the taste buds on the
Yeah.
top, so
And
just side note.
that's
Yeah.
recommended anyway because it's closest to your brain. It's closest to all of those things that activate it. So it's always smart to do that anyway and let it absorb very slowly versus. Now let's talk about the number one reason. Usually it's not. I've had a lot of people fall off the wagon with a cough drop. A lot of people, they're just triggered. They're sugar addicts. They're just triggered, and those things are not good. Anyway, but let's talk about the client who says, Monica, I just speaking of, I just feel like I want comfort food. I just feel like I need saltine. Where in the world did we come up with saltines being the comfort food, or chicken, noodles and chicken noodle soup? They just want something that's comforting, in this cold season that we're in. What do we do for that? Do we say go eat a saltine? What do we do for the comfort food kind of issues? It's like we're in China.
So, with the comfort food with the comfort we tend to focus more like you can
Mhm.
have the chicken bone broth, and you don't need to have noodles in that. You don't even have to have chicken pieces in there, but it is going to way that it should. And we also
Mhm.
talk about how fasting is a great tool to use because when you are sick, you're not really wanting to eat anything because your body's naturally wanting to heal itself because that's what it's made to do. And so when you are utilizing both, it's allowing your body to utilize the fasting and be able to get the junk out of your system and to go in and let and cue the organ that needs to work the most
Mhm.
in order for you to get those germs out of your system. Between the bone broth, and even somebody mentioned like the ginger ale Zevia, about ginger
Mhm.
ale Zevia, and how the bubbles kind of are soothing. So it's very
Mhm.
similar, but it's sugar free. And you are go to the Sprite, like that was the go-to for us, is Sprite,
Mhm.
and for some reason the crackers. But when you feel like you need to eat something, I would just definitely go to the chicken bone broth,
Mhm.
and or the beef bone broth.
Yeah, and you can even put those egg life wraps and you can cut them in strips and those serve as noodles. So if you have to have noodles, there's a way to ketoize anything except popcorn. There's a way to ketoize everything. Here is the most important thing that we are going to tell you this entire session. Before any of this, before any of these medications, I want you to have a to go bag. I want you to go out tonight and I want you to prepare a sick bag keto style because the number one reason why people fail is because they don't have it on hand. They suddenly get sick and suddenly they have nothing in the house and they haven't gone to get it. So now is your warning. Now is the time that you need to go get a keto medicine cabinet. Have it at like a bug out bag. Have it on. Have the sugar free stuff there in your house. But here's the number one reason why people fail. It's because they have not decided that failure is not an option. They have decided that there's an out, that they can, when they get sick, there's nothing else I can do. They have not decided on the front side that they're going to stay on plan even when they're sick. So the number one reason, the number one thing that you should do is to decide now, I am on a health journey. Nothing is going to make me cheat. Nothing, not a sickness, not when my fences are low, nothing is going to take me off course. When you have that attitude, either you're going to suck it up when you're sick or you're going to have a prepared bug out sick keto medicine cabinet. You're going to have that prepared right now before season gets here, before flu season gets here, or you're going to suck it up and you're going to be sick, right? That's how hardcore I am. If I didn't have it in the house, there's nothing. Now, here's a here's a disclaimer. If you have trouble breathing, if you have chest pain, if you have dehydration, if you have confusion, ear sinus, yes, go to the doctor. Tell the doctor, I need your diabetic uh, treatment. So you don't even have to compromise at the doctor. Even they even have saline bags that are sugar free because there's sugar in all of it. You have to speak and you have to ask them for it.
Mm.
So, minus that disclaimer, I'm going to suck it up if I don't have this stuff in my house because I am so devoted to this health style that I am living. I don't want anything in my body that is going to contaminate my journey. So, that is how hardcore I am. That's how hardcore we want our clients. Um, but you don't have to do that because right now we're giving you the instructions on what to do, what to have in your house. Any closing thoughts from you, Darce?
I would just say, I have exchanged my cabinet from full of medications to now having supplements to prevent having
Mm-hmm.
the sickness in my house. Even with the allergies, there are so many other options out there. You just need
Mm-hmm.
to do your research, or join our group
Yeah.
where you can learn about the nitty
Mm-hmm.
gritties of what we use that are natural forms
Yeah.
of allergy medication, or flu sick, flu medications, all the things that we've done the
Yeah.
research for over the years.
Yeah.
And if you do the prevention, then you are less likely to get
Right.
sick.
Yeah.
So that comes down to my final
It
thought.
goes back to if you fail to plan, plan to fail. That is the motto of our lifestyle. If you fail to plan, plan to fail. Because when your defenses are down, when you're feeling sick, you're not going to turn to the healthy stuff. You are going to fall off the wagon. So now we're telling you it's before flu season. Plan. Get your stuff together. Um, if you're tired of doing this alone, like Darcy said, this is why we give our lives to work with people every day. Right now, by the way. Right now, we have we have $150 coupon for our 3-month program. Um, we have as a CEO of the company, it's my job to make payroll. It's my job to make sure that we have the most quality program available. And we struggle with the balance of what works in our program versus what is affordable. We give our lives. We put hours. We probably work 80 hours a week pouring into our clients. We know what works. We know the clients that have come down the finish line losing 150 pounds. We know what works. What works is weekly sessions with coaches. I will never apologize for that. Is it pricey? Is it an investment? Absolutely. But those are the clients who are free. I went through our records and we have a new program right now, a subscription program where you meet with a coach once a month. I went through the results of that program. 50% fail and 50% are successful. I don't like that statistic because 90% of the clients that
Mm.
we meet with every week,
Mm-mm.
90% are successful and they cross that 100-pound line. So we look at these numbers, we can't ignore them. We we can't ignore them, and no longer am I going to apologize for investing in your health. And so I tell people when they come into the program and they want the subscription program, they want to meet with us once a week, I now have to give them that statistic. But I also give them the tools that if you have to choose this program, here's how you are successful. You show up to group every week. You show up and you show up to our written Facebook group every day. The ones who show up to our Facebook group and the ones who show up to our weekly group meetings, those are the 50% that succeed. Most people can't do that. And so, those people, we have to say, the coaches need to look you in the eyeball every single week because 90% of those lose 100 pounds. So, in that line of thought, we have a $150 coupon for that program. So if you are frustrated, if you want to get 40 pounds off of your body in 3 months, if you want to get 30 to 40 pounds off of your body, that is the program that you want to apply for. And so, but before all of that, if you're like, gosh, I know I need help. I know that I can't do this. I've already tried all of these diets. I've tried keto and I can't do it by myself. Well, you're missing the recipe. You're missing the program that we have tried and true to worked. If you are that, please message us for the coupon for 150 off. Say, I am done fighting this thing by myself. I need help. I need to get 30 pounds off and I need to do it in 3 months. We're going to send you the link and we're going to send you the coupon code. All right. Any last minute thoughts, Stars, before we close out?
I would like to add, with those weekly calls, I love getting to know the client and how their lifestyle works day to day.
Mm-hmm.
That is why those programs with the weekly meeting work the best, because then we are able to understand you. We're able to help you in the best way that you need, versus just meeting with you once. It's like, oh, here's the stuff, and you now, and then depend on the group to be there when you
Mm-hmm.
need them the most, which
Mm-hmm.
is a great thing. But sometimes for a lot of people, it's just not enough. So I would
Right.
highly encourage that the weekly meets on journey ahead of you,
Mm-hmm.
um, and are
Yeah.
struggling or at rock bottom or just feel like you are at your last wits and you are just about to give up. And
Yeah.
um, I don't want you to give up.
And that,
So there is hope on the
and
end.
that, yeah. Yeah. And that's opposite of what all of the other health coaches are doing right now. All of the other health coaches out there are like, oh, the money is in the groups. The money is in put multiple people in a group and that's where the money is. If you're a health coach, one-on-one coaching is out. Our results and our statistics say, yes, that's right. You make more money with groups. Absolutely. So financially, that makes sense. statistically in success, I have to lean over there and I've got to decide, okay, am I going to be the health coach that, just am I going to be a numbers or am I going to be success? And I'm really wrestling with that right now. I'm really wrestling with that because I do have to make payroll, right? But man, I love success. I love looking and scrolling through my Facebook, seeing my clients out there. We saw one this weekend where she went to a concert and she was crossing her legs in the passenger seat. Those fill my cup. Those fill my cup. What does not fill my cup is a subscription where a client is losing the same 5 pounds over and over. That does not fill my cup. And so, if you want to finalize your health journey and say, I am sick of the diets, I'm sick of going up and down, then I would highly recommend one-on-one with a coach. Sit with a coach every week, one-on-one, because when it gets hard, you're not just lost in a cloud of clients that is in a group. I can look you in the eyeballs and I can say, what went wrong? How can we fix it? What's the plan? Right? So, and again, sometimes that's not in the budget. Totally get it. Not in the budget, but you can do, the subscription. If that is you, then I'm going to challenge you. Hold on to that program like it's your lifeline. Hold on to the women that are in our support group and the men that are in our support group like they are your lifeline. Be vulnerable with them. Show up to group. Cut that hour out of your schedule. I know how to do it on my calendar. When I put something in my calendar, it blocks everything else out. Nobody else can schedule me at that time. Do that. Love yourself enough to do that. When you do that, you'll be the 50% that do make it in those groups. So we are here with or without internet every Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, I don't know what's wrong with the internet. You would think it's 2025. We could see you over in Anderson. Like I could see you from my house, but that's not the case.
I know.
So join us every week. We love to sit with you. We love to give our tips. If you have not taken a screenshot of this QR code, get your free sugar surrender system. That's going to get you going. And then you're going to be like, this is the lifestyle that I want. So grab that QR code, download your free sugar surrender system, and we will be back here next Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Take care.
Hey, it's Coach Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below, and I'm telling you, this is more than an invite. It is the start of something great. We cannot wait